So the Ribashda Project is a play setting for 5th edition's Dungeons & Dragons. It's my longtime game world that I've been working on steadily for about 17 years now. And I started it way back in 3.5, then updated it as new editions came out, and I went back and cut out things that didn't work or things that I didn't think were cool anymore, and then added more as I went. And over the years, it just spiraled into about 30 different notebooks worth of material and adventures and locations and NPCs. And so we've taken that and we've cut away a lot of the fat, riched out and fleshed out the lore and the world. I recruited 4 of my really good friends to help me, and they've been helping me add a lot of new monsters and new magic items and races and a lot of options for both players and dungeon masters to use. So we have reworked how sanity functions in Dungeons & Dragons. We took a key from the Call of Cthulhu games because Lovecraftian lore has had a really deep impact on me on the last decade or so worth of time. So that's something that I started integrating more and more into my world, and we've really explored that aspect. So there's a new chart you can use to determine how long it takes for your player characters to go insane, and then there's going to be a whole table of different insanities, both temporary and long-term, that can really kick up your gameplay experience. We've done something that might be a little bit controversial in that alignment is a thing that a lot of people really like to argue about, both on the internet and at the game table. So I had this idea about 5 or 6 years ago to say, what if we didn't make it an abstract thing? What if we were able to keep track of the deeds that a character does on their character sheet in a really simple way and see what alignments are pulling them in which direction by their actions? And then, depending on how many marks they have for a certain alignment, there's potential divine or infernal intervention there, because the more red flags you throw up, the more attention you're going to take. We're still planning a lot of the add-ons that will be going into the Kickstarter right now, all kinds of different swag, but the main thing is the 2-book set. We are going to be releasing the Adventurers Vault and the Dungeon Master's Toolbox. These 2 books can be thought of as an expansion to Dungeons & Dragons, a lot like Eberron was back in the day, and now that it's been re-released, or Farscape. It's a new place that you can go that's going to have its own quirks and oddities, and we're really excited about a new set of mechanics that we're bringing in. In addition to the ones that I spoke about earlier, we have an alternate power crawl that the Dungeon Master is going to control how it's released. So players can get these new powers that have never been seen before in Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm really excited personally to see what players do with the powers they're given by their Dungeon Masters. Because once we start releasing modules and adventures after the 2 core books, there's going to be a lot of call throughout those for Dungeon Masters to play into the system if they want to. Ribashda is a brand new world. So one of the concepts of me creating Ribashda was I personally really like interplanar adventure. I like going from one place to another. And sure, normal Dungeons and Dragons has a couple of spots you can use as a hub for those types of adventures, but I was thinking my world is a hub world that links all the hub worlds across all of the different realities. So Ribashda is its own self-enclosed world, but there are portals there to Sharn and the Forgotten Realms, Greyhawk, Earth, different time portals that you can go through. I had one player that was running a human fighter that was a potato farmer from Ireland during the potato famine, and that was fantastic in game. Absolutely. You can totally, like any of the good core rule books that you can find out there, pick and take what you want. It's your game. Play it the way that you want to. We just want to give you a lot of really cool toys and tools to bring into it that you can use the way that you think they should. That's going to be exciting for us, watching what people do with what we're working on. We have one live stream that we did last March before the project went dark for a little while. That's about 10.5 hours worth of gameplay right there in Ribashda. And we are tentatively hoping to have the first draft of the books done and wrapped up so that we can get the Kickstarter going in August. We're hoping to get a couple of one-shots off between now and then, and once the books are out, we're planning on having a couple of different games running consecutively. I'm really hoping that one of our writers, Saris, can have his game start back up before the books go live on Kickstarter, because I'm playing in that one and I love my character, and that's a really fun game. I play the best squishy necromancer ever. Like all Kickstarter projects, we're going to have different levels that you can pledge in on, and we are going to be looking at developing not just the hardcover books that a lot of gamers really like to have and hold and keep and love, but also putting out a set of PDFs for people who have switched to digital. We're hoping to make that work in D&D Beyond and different viewing apps. And we're also hoping to make that full single column so that you don't have to scroll back and forth over the page as you move through it. So hopefully we're looking to get the book out sometime next year.